Do good grades matter? Are they important? Much of our young life is spent in school getting an education, so that we can hopefully get a good job and hopefully live a happy life. You're born and then given a few grace years to become a functional little human being. And as soon as you learn to go potty, poof, away you disappear from the comfort of your parents' house to a kindergarten, where suddenly you can't do just anything you want. Knowledge is forced upon you. And then after a while, you get these scary rectangular papers that show whether you remember what the teacher was blabbing on about or not. This is not to say that education isn't important. It is, particularly through our formative years, since it familiarizes us with what is known of the world and helps us think of ways to improve on it. In high school, for instance, there's a health class where we learn all about hygiene, and this reinforces what our parents told us about not eating food off the floor. The food picks up bacteria, and this could get you sick. History teaches us about what has happened before and how we can avoid the mistakes our forefathers made, like slavery, because we now understand why it is wrong. We comprehend the natural world around us through geography and the one within our biology classes. So, one could make a strong argument of why most education systems around the world need a complete overhaul. However, with the way our society is structured, school is the place children go to get all the vital information needed to be a functional adult, once your high school or your college spits you out into the real world. Since you were a young kid, you probably heard all about the importance of good grades. Study hard to get into high school, where you should strive for good grades that will take you to a good college, where you will get a very marketable skill, like lawyering, and at the end of which you'll get employed and have a great starting salary. This gets you on your merry way to the coveted upper middle class, where your parents raised you. Or it could be a way for you to make it and improve the lives of your family members and your own. In today's video, we talk about whether or not good grades matter and just how much you should be bothered if you aren't getting straight A's all the time. The answer is, you shouldn't be too worried, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be aspiring to do well in class. Why good grades are important. Don't dismiss your parents' motivation to see you get your grades up, even if their methods may get on your nerves. Good grades are important, insofar as getting you into the path you want to get, even if it isn't in academia. Let's look at Faith, for example. Her head is always in the clouds. She enjoys writing and creating worlds beyond this one, where she has total control. If she had a choice, she would spend all her days reading books like Harry Potter, soaking up its magic, watch movies, and see what a real-life Hogwarts could look like, and then sit behind a computer and build her worlds. Her mother won't have any of that, of course. So every morning she has to wake up and go to school, having done her homework well and to completion. What Faith might not realize in her thinking that is so narrowly focused on her writing is that if her high school GPA is good, she gets to pick a college of her choice. A good GPA means that she can have her pick of the best schools that teach writing in the whole country. And who will her tutors and lecturers be? The university that produces the best writers must surely have a staff of the best writers. For anyone looking to get into graduate or a professional school, good grades are a no-brainer. There is a minimum threshold that one must meet to get their master's. Student debt in college can be avoided altogether, or reduced to a large extent, when you have good grades. Scholarships and other types of funding are earned by those who are proficient in class, and those who do well in sports and other activities, such as clubs and honor societies. If you aren't a great athlete, the best bet you have to get a scholarship from the college you're applying to, or from other sources, is by doing well in class. Apart from benefiting your higher education, good grades also help boost your confidence. Since you spend a lot of your time in school, a lot of your self-worth will be centered on how well you do in class, your school's social life, and your performance in extracurricular activities. The better your grades are, the higher your sense of self-worth. Performing well in school is also a way of proving to you, to the society, and to future potential employers that you're capable of performing tasks efficiently and to completion without needing a lot of supervision. In school, you're given assignments that should be done within a given time. If you perform well in a particular subject, this may mean that you put in the study time to gain the necessary knowledge. You did your assignments and you attended your classes. So what does the employer see? Let's say, for example, that you got a job at a drive-in. What your employer will see is an individual capable of taking orders from customers, processing them as you have been trained to do, to get the money, and to do all this with minimal supervision, as will be shown by whether you turned your assignments in or not. The amount of money that you earn once you're employed is also, in part, determined by your grades. According to research, 65% of employers will look at your GPA before employing you. Granted, a minimum mean of 3.0 is the usual requirement. It still doesn't mean that you should not care about this grade. The career path you land on determines your earning, and this is determined by the college you were in and the high school grades that got you there. However, good grades are not everything. Truth is, some people get A's without putting in any effort at all, while others get B's when they've pushed themselves to the brink. Education is not about getting a certain grade or number on your transcript. It's about making positive steps every day, no matter how tiny they may be. Therefore, if you've studied well and gotten a B, congratulations. Now ask yourself, why did you not get the full grade? Is it something you can improve? If so, putting in extra effort in the next one. If you had put in the best of your ability, pat yourself on the back and enjoy a small reward for your efforts. Good grades are not a measure of success, which is not to say they aren't important. Your academic and financial future is somehow tied to how well you perform in high school and your higher education. The latter especially if you want a career in academia. However, you don't have to necessarily get straight A's to be successful. Grades are sometimes a measure of how much effort you're willing to put in to get a result, and not much else, at least from an employer's point of view. Thank you so much for watching us today. Please like, subscribe, and share. With that said, I'll see you in the next one.